Welcome into Gatemen Postgame Live, everybody, as the Gatemen drop this one to the Brewster Whitecaps by a final score of 5-2. I'm Jacob Toby alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Garcia, Andre Sims, our field reporter to my left, and Matt Feld all the way down to my right. He's our beat writer. So I guess we'll start with Andre. There's missed opportunities tonight for the Gatemen on the offensive side.
Yeah, missed opportunities galore. I mean, you look at it in the eighth inning where you get the tying run across via the wild pitch and have second and third, and Marolio strikes out, gets rid of that threat. In the ninth, who I'm not going to elaborate on too much because that's Matt Feld's domain, a couple of missed opportunities there as well. You can't get a bunt down, and all hell breaks loose in the inning. So a lot of missed opportunities offensively that cost the Gatemen multiple runs in this one.
A tough day for the Gatemen offensively, but there was still good pitching out there for both teams.
Yeah, especially for Wareham. We thought coming into this game it was going to be a slugfest. These two offenses were poised to really break out tonight. Brewster's has been great all season long, and Wareham facing really an anemic Brewster pitching staff. We thought they were going to put forth a lot of runs, but it turns out that their two pitchers tonight, one of them Brett Canine, the starter, the other Robert Garcia in extended relief, both of them shut down this Brewster lineup. It's a very talented one, ranking first in the Cape League in OPS. Pretty much any offensive stat you can look up. They score a lot of runs is the point, and Canine came out, probably delivered his best start of the season. Jerry Weinstein said post-game that he just keeps getting better and better and better. He has the look, honestly, of a major league starter. Really tall, imposing right-hander. Throws pretty hard, too. And he took a no-hitter into the fifth of this game. These Brewster hitters were really confused with him delivering strike after strike on the mound. And then Robert Garcia, this was by far and away his best relief outing. 3.1 innings of scoreless work. This is the pitcher that UC Davis benefited from all season long, and it finally shows up tonight. Just happened to be against the league's best offense.
The ninth inning, of course, is Matt Feld's territory, and he's going to talk about that.
The Gatemen like to make games interesting, and in the bottom of the ninth, it was really just a frustrating inning all around for the Gatemen, as after you tie the score 2-2, as Andre said, Garcia comes out, shuts them down in the top of the ninth, against the heart of the batting order, that is. And in the bottom of the ninth, you get the leadoff walk to Destino, and then I was a little surprised to not see Jonathan Engelman running.
It's okay.
To not see Jonathan Engelman pinch run. Of course, the explanation would be is that he's dealing with the wrist injury and then he can't go into the game in the outfield. But then later on, he pinch runs and then goes into the game in the outfield. In my belief, if you're if Engelman's available, you pinch run for him at Destino at first base, have him steal second, then you use the Tovaline bunt to get him over to third, and then hopefully Graham Pree can get him in, maybe via, I don't know, a suicide squeeze, potentially. Yeah. But all in all, just a really frustrating bottom of the ninth because you get the leadoff walk and you can't make Brewster pay for it, and obviously in the top of the 10th, it goes downhill from there.
Guess we'll start it off with hot takes. I'll take one. I rarely don't, but when I host. But anyways, bunting for this team. It's they practice every day, but batting practice is you try to do a good bunt there. They practice every day before practice and batting practice, other things and drills and like that. Tovaline popped one up behind the plate, and then Preston Grand Prix missed one completely on a fastball. So Jerry Weinstein probably not too happy about that. And it's the Cape Cod Baseball League. You got to know how to bunt, in my opinion.
I believe that this team is really only good for 9 innings. We've seen them continue to struggle in extras, ultimately faltering, whether it's the pitching staff on a short bullpen, an extra arm comes in and sputters up the lead, or the offense becomes anemic and they just slowly lose the game that way. It just seems like every time a game goes into extra, they don't have that extra gear to kick in. They don't have that extra fight. They just kind of roll over come the 10th, 11th, and 12th. So I think if they're going to continue to play these close games as the season progresses, they're going to have to find something to kick it into that extra gear and extra innings. Otherwise, these results are just going to keep happening.
The East is a lot better than the West this year. We've seen that before. Wareham, though, has actually succeeded a little bit more against the East than they have against the West. But, I mean, just looking up and down these lineups, Brewster has the names. Wareham right now, their names aren't producing like they should. Tovaline was the source of power tonight. He's been struggling all year. Wareham needs their studs to perform like studs. Right now, Sheets is struggling, Shaver's struggling. Destino seems like he's every other game, if that. Grand Prix struck out 4 times tonight. If Wareham's going to excel and make a deep run into the playoffs, they're players who came in as full contract guys and players who play for the elite programs in college baseball. They're going to have to start stepping it up going forward, and right now it's not looking like it.
kind of stole my hot take, but I'll one-up you with a bubbling take. No, I was just to piggyback off of what Jake said. It kind of in that 8th, in the 9th, and in the 10th inning, the mistakes that were made were all by guys that they're at the fulcrum of what would be a potential really solid Wareham Gatemen baseball team. Preston Grand Prix strikes out. He's a full contract guy. Cole Freeman up the middle makes that unfortunate error, not all his fault because the light is in his eyes, but it's a ground ball. You still play that you're expected to make. And then Joey Bartosik makes is unable, and I'm going to save myself here, is unable to come through in the bottom of the 8th. And then Dominic Marolio, who you just signed to a full contract a couple of days ago, is unable to handle a tough throw from Bartosik that hits the lip of the grass. So all in all, a really frustrating performance, not necessarily from these players in general, but from their full contract guys who are coming from some of the top schools in the country.
Hot takes for everybody here on Game and Postgame Live. So for Matt Feld, our beat writer, Andre Sims, our field reporter, Jake Garcia, my broadcast partner, I'm Jacob Toby saying so long and good night from Spillane Field.